I'm going live there right now. So I am live on YouTube. If you want to come in there, comment in it, please do. I'm going to mention your name. What's up, guys, on YouTube? I'm talking to my TikTok chat, but please come in there, talk about things, let us know what you want to talk about. And everybody that comments on here is going to be on a live feed, and you will be on our YouTube and podcast and on all major platforms, your username. So that would be like a really cool shout out, right? But I love you guys. So hear from TikTok, made it here from TikTok. Yay. Krista here from TikTok. Hey from England. Oh my God, I'm so excited. Okay, you guys, you have to. Okay. You could see like my whole background. Like this is my studio and like all of my stuff is like super messed up. If you're on TikTok right now, I am on YouTube live. So go to my YouTube channel. It's Chris and I's YouTube channel. I know you know Zombie Chris, and we are talking about all the things with the Moscow murder issues and like things like the discrepancies. So I'm going to get off of here on here and then I'm going to go here. Does that make sense? Probably not. Anyways, I love you guys. Okay. Now I can concentrate. You guys, this is like my studio that Chris and I don't record here. We record from like separate entities, but trying to breathe because I can't because I'm like sick. But Chris and I record from separate like entities. So she's like states away and I'm here and we both have our studios. So this is mine. And like my background stuff always gets effed up. So like sorry, but like not sorry. Hi you guys. Oh my God. I'm so glad y'all are here. And all of these live chats, so like the more you chat, it's all going to be in the live broadcast. So as long as you're okay with that, I love that you're okay with that. And thank you for like commenting. Let's talk about some shit, okay? Ooh, let's talk about this. I'm going to bring up my notes and I'm so glad you guys are all here from TikTok. It makes me so happy, honestly. You guys, we just hit 1,000 followers today, and Chris and I look. This is literally my studio. Like, do y'all see this? Like, I have like my phone mic. Do y'all love that I have a pink mic? Just say yes. Just say yes, because like I do. Chris is like, oh my God, like she has like the most badass mic and it's like black. And I was like, oh, I need to get that. And she's like, I will bedazzle a mic for you. Like whatever. I'm like, fuck off. I'm like, but will you? She's like, yes. I'm like, okay, I love you. I would never tell her to like actually fuck off. Like I literally love her to the death of me. But it's an expensive mic. I was like, I can't like whatever. Okay. So let's start talking about like things said in the past interviews within the past 5 days, right? And again, I want to thank you guys for like commenting because you guys know that if you're from TikTok, it's all going to be in the live feed. So I really appreciate that. Okay, so Kaylee's mom said in an interview that he did really think about it. when referring to what she would say to Berger. So basically, the interviewer was like, what would you say to Berger? Like, what would you actually say to him if you could say anything? And she's like, I know that he didn't think about it. And then she stopped herself and she was like, you know what? He actually did think about it. Like, he literally actually did think about it. She didn't say it like verbatim, but she stopped herself and said he did think about it. And that was something that caught me off guard. That is when it tells me that she knows that this shit was like way premeditated. Okay, Lexi Randolph said, was there anything in the affidavit about how many times that they were stabbed? I don't know if I could say that here. Someone was saying that on TikTok earlier. No, nothing in the affidavit said how many times that they were stabbed. The only thing in the affidavit was that they could tell Xana's wounds were from a knife, and then the redacted, which they later on to say, oh, that was like a mistake, like it wasn't redacted. It was definitely an autopsy report. 1000% an autopsy report. I do not believe that that was like mistakenly redacted. Like, I think they just didn't want to leave that in, but it was Ethan and his shit like said like it was from a stab wound, but they were able to tell that Xana's wounds were stabbing, and then Ethan's, they're like they didn't state that right away. Yay. So glad you're here from TikTok, Dallas. Okay, so here's another thing. Kaylee's mom and dad 1000% went on an interview like a few days ago. And I'm sorry, I'm like really stuffy right now. But they went on an interview a few days ago and they were like, we're not going to be at every hearing because if it's too gruesome and it's too gory, like we obviously don't want to hear that. We don't want to hear all the gruesome, gory details. But whenever our attorney says like you should probably be there, which to me is saying like they could convict him, we'll be there. Or if it's not going to be like too much evidence brought to case that we're going to get like super upset over. Well, Kaylee's sister went in an interview a couple days ago, and she was like, I'll be at every one of the trials. And then his family went on to say, yeah, we will be at as many trials as we can, but if we can't, we'll have family there. So I think that was really like well thought out on their plan, but I don't think that they were like well thinking it out on their like in their head, because it is like a long drive. I think that Kaylee's sister is going to be there no matter what. And Kaylee's sister is like such a twin to her mama, and like so is Kaylee. Kaylee's sister and her mama are all twins, right? Okay. Valerie said the redacted page was just a mistake made by the printer, supposedly. I don't believe that. There was literally a stamp on it that said redacted. The original document that I saw, it was redacted. So that's bullshit. XM and I. So Xana, Maddie, and had stab wounds from alleged weapons, and E was described as sharp forces. Agree, it was an autopsy report. I 1000%. I don't even think that it was like multiple people's autopsy reports that was like redacted. I think it was like just Ethan's. Lexi Randolph, that's what I thought. I didn't think that they released anything like that. There were a couple people saying one person got stabbed 55 times. Yeah, I think that's all bullshit. Okay. Here is another thing. So, I have a ton of notes. I am going to do an interview with BBC News tomorrow, you guys, on, social media, bringing justice to this case. And I really want to thank you guys if y'all are coming in from social media. And if you don't want to be, seen on this live chat, please don't comment because it'll get definitely posted tonight. And if you are commenting on this live chat, then people will see it. So, and these live chats have been getting like a lot of I don't know, views and whatever. So if you don't want to be seen on this live chat, please don't comment. But Kaylee's sister said that she was sent a lot of stuff from social media, tips, and how Burger Boy was associated with this entire case. And from her mouth solely, she said it helps a lot. She was like, so many people have sent me things and it really helps. She's like, it's strangers like bringing up this case, but it's bringing awareness to this case. So it really does help a lot. So for anybody being like, oh my God, like just shut up, like stop talking about it, like XYZ. Kaylee's sister is saying like people that are like really like digging in deep to this case that don't even know her personally, it's helping. And she is bringing it all to the FBI. She's bringing it all to law enforcement. She's bringing it all to authorities, So, but here's another crazy thing. Kaylee's sister also said that she believes that Berger was in there, like in social media, talking about stuff, like he was feeding off of it. He loves saying everybody else's theories. And Chris and I need to talk about Papa whatever on Facebook. I sent her those screenshots forever ago. And I really do think that that could have been him. Like, I really think he was like on social media, like it was, for lack of a better word, killing him, that he didn't know, like people didn't suspect him. But then on the other hand, he was like like thought he was getting away with it. And I thought he was getting away with it, like he felt like he was getting away with it so hard that once they added it all up, that's when he went cold. And Kaylee's dad was like, once he was like reading that affidavit, he was like, oh shit, like, look how much they have against me. Scissor hand 7. Oh my God, it took me ever to find you. I'm here now. Yay. Thank you. Lexi Randolph, she wants justice for her sister and media helps. It 1000% does. And that is why I'm doing, the pre-interview with BBC News tomorrow, is because I'm trying to tell them like media 1000% helps. We're not here to hurt. We're only here to help. Kelsey, was it a shocker to anyone else that Olivia is pregnant? Poor girl being pregnant and going through something like that. Olivia? Oh, the sister? Okay, here was another thing. Kaylee's dad said that, and I said this on live earlier. Ugh, I know. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it wasn't like a shocker, but it was like, okay, it wasn't like the time for her to like say it. I just don't remember her perfectly. There's so many names to the case. Like, I've been looking at names of detectives, law enforcement officers, every agent in there. So, but Kaylee's dad said Brian Kohlberger was there for a year. He said he could have been obsessed with them from their social media account or their overall looks. And he thinks that he wanted to teach a class that he knew everything about and be able to basically grade these people on, you don't know what the F you're talking about because you never went through it. Like, just to feel like superiority. And I fully feel that. Oh, Lexi, I'm pregnant and I couldn't imagine losing someone so close to me, especially my baby's aunt. Lexi, congratulations on your pregnancy, number one. Number two, neither could I. But then, on the other hand, that baby is a blessing. And my little cousin just passed away, and I'm like, I like hope some girl is like, I'm pregnant, like with his baby, just so I can like have like a little piece of him. You know what I mean? I mean, I know that sounds like crazy, but my aunt said that. She's like, I hope he has like some girl pregnant. That'd be so cool. Just to have like a little grandbaby. Scissorhand. Oh my god, I was reading about the families and read Xana's mom was arrested a week after for DRUGS. Yeah. I don't think that has anything to do with it at all. I really don't. But I kind of talked about that, I think, on my last TikTok. Like, just like, oh, I don't know if I posted it because I was like scared. But I don't think that had anything to do with it. Wi-Fi. Okay. I'm looking at my notes. A lot of people are saying something because Kaylee's dad said that they hit a Wi-Fi, like they hit it or like whatever, blah blah blah. I really do, and I talked about this on my live. The Wi-Fi thing is like super Can I talk? The Wi-Fi thing is like super complicated, but I genuinely think that he just like his phone was available to connect, and that was just like one more little thing, like one more little piece of evidence. Like, people are like, oh my god. And like, Kaylee's dad might not know anything that he's talking about, but if he does, I think the Wi-Fi ping, like, imagine when you go to McDonald's or you go to Starbucks or whatever it might be, and you pull up in the drive-thru and their Wi-Fi is public, so it asks you, like, do you want to connect? You're like, no, because you have your own Wi-Fi. What if his phone was like off of all things, but Wi-Fi tried to connect and it pinged his phone like that? It's just like a second source, you know? This is what I want to know from Rachel. Or has he been there before and signed on like a party? I genuinely think that he has been in that house before, for sure. And like, he will be able to prove it, like with an alibi of being there, like not so much being like, I've never been there before in my life, like I don't know that. I think he literally knew it was a party house, and like, he found his victims. He went in there. He like got his DNA all over the place, and they were like, fuck, like, how do we get this person? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, when I post TikToks and I'm like, his DNA has to be like so far into them that it's unreal. Like, he made it to where you have to prove that shit. Like, it was him. Like, the knife sheath is not going to be enough. I'm so sorry I keep sniffling, you guys. I'm so stopped up. I'm trying to breathe. I'm reading comments. Lexi, I feel like there's so much more information and evidence that we will find out after the trial. I think we'll find it out during the trial and after. But the most compelling evidence we're going to find out during the trial. Oh my goodness, like my background in the studio is falling and I feel like so trifling that I'm posting. Like, I hope Chris doesn't hate me. She would never. But for posting with like my background looking so bad, but I think the most compelling evidence that we're going to see is going to be in the trial, and I think every time we go to trial our minds are going to be fucked. Absolutely fucked. Yeah. And okay, so Rachel said he would know the layout then too if it was a party house. 1000%. And they're going to use that as their defense. They will. That was a party house. You can't tell me other people's DNA has not been in there. That's why they have to find his DNA like on them to prove that it was him. The knife sheath is not going to do shit. And I hate to say that because, like, in any other case, it would. Like, if somebody came into my house, yeah, sure. Like, I don't have anybody at my fucking house. You know, I have like a Ring doorbell camera. I have this, I have that. Like, I have 6 or 7 security cameras just outside. Before you walk in my room, I have a security camera. Like, right outside in my room, I have a security camera. You're not walking through this bitch without being on camera, especially in my own bedroom. But, you know, with them, there's not a lot of evidence like on that. And there was a lot of people inside in the house and outside of the house. So you'd have to prove it. Let me read. I really, like Lexi said, I just hope these families get justice. Nothing will ever be able to bring their babies back. And I totally feel that. Like, I just recently like started having this revelation of like cherish my kids, even though I always did. But like, I just recently like we lost my cousin recently, and my aunt was like is still the best mom in the entire world and the most overprotective mom in the entire world. Like, her and I are like on the same measure of like um what do they call it, like helicopter parent. Like, we're both crazy, and to the point of when we're together, like her husband's like, y'all chill the fuck out, like shut up, like whatever. And we just lost my little cousin and her son, and I'm just like, it doesn't matter how overprotective you are, like sometimes shit just happens and it's so fucked up, and it is not supposed to be for anybody in particular. Like, there is no like rhyme or reason. It just fucking happens. And I don't know. Like, you know what I mean? Like, nothing will ever be able to bring your baby back. And nothing will ever be able to bring my little cousin back that I literally, like, all of social media thought that he was my brother because I'd always be like, my brother, like, blah, blah, blah. But, like, and nothing will ever be able to bring, like, her son back. Thank you, Rachel. But I don't know, like justice, like justice in this case, like hopefully they actually get justice, and I would 1000%. Like, would y'all choose the life sentence, like, or would y'all choose like the death penalty? Which one would you choose? Life sentence or death penalty? I want to know. I'm so stopped up. I'm so sorry. And I'm sorry I'm squinting, but I could like barely read you guys' comments. Life sentence, death penalty, life. You know what? I think I would choose like life suffering with degenerates. If found guilty, then death penalty. Kelsey, I'm conflicted. Death would be the easy way out, but life isn't very hard in prison if you're doing life. Literally, same vibe. Like, Kelsey, I feel the same way. Like, death, easy way out. Not that he gets to choose when his life is ending, but neither did they. Like, the fuck? And then choosing life is like, he's getting a fucking vegan diet, dude. Like, are you goddamn kidding me? Like, he could still call his parents. He could still call his family members. He could still call his mom. A lot of people can't do that. Do you know how much I would give to be able to call my little cousin again? And he can't, and he didn't do anything wrong. But this fucker, like, would be able to? Like, fuck that. At least he can't do it again by having the death penalty. I honestly feel like if he was gonna have life in prison, like, that's fine. But like, life in prison, and he can he can also be in solitary confinement. And he can also have to eat meat. But like, like solitary confinement, like only come out like once a day. Like, I'd be so crazy. Like, no, fuck him. Rachel, I think he should be without life, should be without outside contact in some circumstances. Yes. Dallas. I would think I would say death penalty, but I think making that call would be no better than him. Murder is murder. Knowing that he is still alive would haunt me forever for sure, though. Fully, fully, fully agree. And then Dallas said, yes, solitary confinement. Fully agree. Solitary confinement. And I'd be like, you can eat peanut butter sandwiches for the rest of your life, bitch. You're not allowed any visitors, any calls, anything. You're literally just going to rot. And I know that sounds fucked up, but like, what he did was fucked up 4 times over. Peanut butter and meat for sure. It's not my nephew, it's my little cousin. He passed away on October 25th, 2022, so a couple months ago, and he was battling like a few different illnesses, but he had a procedure where they did like a scope in his stomach and they perforated a bowel and then sent him home. And then the bowel leaked into his body and made him septic. And he ended up passing away from that septic bowel that a doctor left without checking. So that was like my really good way of saying it. I'm really proud of myself because I usually get really emotional. So, unfortunately, keeping someone in solitary is considered cruel and unusual punishment. Well, guess what? What is a cruel and unusual punishment is what he did to those four people. Fourfold. You guys, I think that I am getting a little too emotional for live right now, talking about my cousin, but uh this is one of his sweatshirts and this is his friend and he owns the Seasons. It is a small business rain company. So if you guys want to go check them out on Instagram, I will shout them out tomorrow. But I'm going to go because I don't want to get emotional. And I know, like, you guys, it's just really new. So I am going to get off. But I love you guys bringing up my cousin because it feels like he's still, like, present and he's still here. And it makes me really actually happy. So, but I'm not going to get emotional on here. So, I love you guys. I'm sorry. I feel really bad. But I'll have the live stream up in the morning. Thank you guys for watching and listening and commenting and your questions and everything, like contributing. I love you guys so much, for real.